33 days, 33 episodes, no off switch. From the goals and the glory to the politics and the problems of the World Cup. If you want soccer analysis from a podcast that's been overanalyzing the game for more than 20 years, then this is it. Join me, Max Rushton, and our expert team of soccer journalists every day of the tournament. Can England end 60 years of hurt, or will this be another year of falling just short? Probably. World Cup Daily. Listen wherever you get your podcasts or watch full episodes on YouTube.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi. Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Welcome back, everybody. So let's talk about this Iran war. That's over now, and the agreement will be signed on Friday. Some on the right not happy about it. I'm not even going to worry about or talk about anybody on the left that has a problem with it because, again, Trump could ban, or at least he can endorse oxygen, and then there are certain Democrats who literally would stop breathing if he supported breathing. Or he could support a ban on pineapple on pizza. And then suddenly Democrats would, pineapple on pizza is actually quite awesome. No, it ain't. The point is that some on the right are saying that Trump is taking a soft deal here. And I try to look at things as objectively as possible. And here's all I know. That before this war began, the Iranians had a navy that they no longer have. They had whatever you want to pass for an air force, they no longer have. They can't control their skies in any way, shape, or form. Their drone capabilities are severely diminished, as is their missile capability in general. And their nuclear capabilities will be underground for many, many years, if not forever. And if they even try to restart that program, since we have eyes everywhere and intelligence everywhere, the minute they go down that road, we have a president right now who will not even flinch in beginning the bombing again. That is the difference here. When people say it's the same thing we had it under Obama. No, it's not. Under Obama, we did the whole, hey, we trust you. Oh, you're not going to pursue nuclear weapons? Okay. Hey, what are you building in that mountain over there? It's nothing. It's just for energy purposes, which is why you would totally build a facility like that, miles underground. It was nuclear, obviously, for nefarious purposes, to blackmail the West, to wipe Israel off the map, to maybe one day reach the United States. Right? These are maniacs, and they don't care about killing their own people, even themselves, the whole 72 virgins thing. So when I look at all this overall, you have to say, while it's not a perfect deal, and no one's going to say that, if we got 80% of what we wanted, that's a hell of a lot better than where we were. And the price of oil continues to plummet. Gas prices are following suit. I saw 2 gas stations today in Jersey where gas was $3.97 below $4. That's good. If it gets around $3 or below heading into the midterms, then you tell me what Democrats will run on. Because, all right, they always point to the war. There won't be a war. Then they point to gas prices. Well, gas prices will be infinitely lower than they were under the Auto Pen administration. Then I look at the economy overall. The jobs reports have been excellent over the last couple of months. If those continue, all right, good stuff. Earnings have been excellent. That's why you see a Dow Jones 53,000. It's done nothing but go up, basically, since the Iran war began. Because the street knows that maybe in the long run, this is a very, very good thing. So now you have Venezuela, who now is an open partner with the United States. Iran, if they're smart, will follow suit, just like so many Arab nations. Oman, Saudi Arabia, UAE, far more reliable than Spain, England, and Germany. France, that's certainly for sure. So it's a new world. And here's Trump again, saying that if Iran misbehaves, here is what's going to happen. And this is the difference whenever you hear about Trump and Obama and accepting a bad deal. No, this is a very, very big difference, besides the whole wiping out their whole military and leadership part. Cut number 20, go.
Is the text of the agreement now final, or are you still...
No, it's not final. It's a memorandum of understanding. And if I don't like it, we'll go back to shooting at them, dropping bombs on their head.
When do you expect the word?
If I don't like it, if they don't behave, we'll go right back to dropping bombs right smack in the middle of their head. Okay? Because they've misbehaved for 47 years.
And finally, somebody's doing something about that. So, again, if you want the old world, before Trump made all these moves as far as the bombing of Fordo and the nuclear facilities, and then this war where we had a very, very low number of casualties when you compare them to other wars that have gone on for much, much longer. Afghanistan, 2 decades. Iraq, over a decade. Vietnam, that slog for many, many years. This was a couple of months. And we lost 13 service members, and we honored their sacrifice. But when you compare 13 relatively to thousands killed, thousands more maimed or permanently injured, well, considering what we have now gained, I think this is really a no-brainer. And by the way, the big picture that no one talks about is China. Because Iran being neutered, that's not good for China. China is more and more isolated than ever before. And the Russians didn't come to Iran's defense either. And they have like an economy that's like the size of New York State. So Russia, scary, Soviet Union, talks a big game. I don't even think they're a player at this point. And hopefully the Ukraine conflict comes to an end soon as well, even though we don't hear anything about that war. We haven't. When was the last time you read a story about a bombing in Ukraine or Ukraine bombing in Russia or this number of troops died? It is a forgotten war because it's such a stalemate that's going nowhere. I think Putin's finally realizing that you can't throw bodies at this infinitely and win this war. So if that ends and Venezuela, you got Maduro going to jail and you have Iran, again, the Ayatollahs ain't running things anymore. Who knows who's running things over there, but it's probably better than what we had. And they can't threaten the West the way they used to, whether it's through a nuclear weapon or the threat of a nuclear weapon. Again, I think we're in a much better place. Meanwhile, here's more of the president. He's over at the G7 in France talking about what Iran used to call Obama when Obama would make truly limp deals with that Islamic Republic. This is cut number 21. Go.
$1.7 billion in cash, green cash from banks, into a Boeing 757 and flew it into Iran. And they stood at the plane. I have pictures of it like, oh my God, look at this money he's giving us. He tried to bribe his way out. I didn't do that. Nobody mentions that. $1.7 billion and hundreds of millions of dollars. They tried to bribe their way out of it. And you know what the Iranians did? They laughed at Obama and they said he's a stupid son of a bitch.
Oh.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
And that's the end of that press conference. So that's all we're going to say here at this point, that Trump holds all the cards here. And I think, again, he took action when no one else would all those years. Obama, Biden, Bush, got to do something about Iran, and no one did. And now someone did. And again, once these gas prices come down, if you look at this big picture, and let's say it's now mid-June, let's go to mid-October, and we have gas prices below 3. This whole, hey, the deal isn't all that great talk from the right will quickly be forgotten. And then you see the congressional ballots shrinking more and more as far as the Democrat lead is now down to 3. If it's 3 points, they ain't taking back the House and they're not taking the Senate. Because as you know, these polls always undercount Republican support. And if they're going to run again on Trump is bad and we have to save democracy, that's just not going to fly, is it? And it's going to be a pleasure, by the way, watching George Conway, Kellyanne Conway's ex-husband, guy who really wanted to work in the Trump administration, wanted to work Solicitor General, I believe. And Trump rejected it. And then since then, Conway has been just a whiny bitch. Sorry. Just for now more than 10 years, starts the Lincoln Project with a pedophile on MS Now and CNN on X all day, screaming about how horrible he is, convinced E. Jean Carroll, that maniac, to obviously go ahead with that suit against Trump of sexual assault, even though she can't remember the year it happened. The fact that a jury said, yeah, we believe you, when you can't name the year, when there's no witnesses, no evidence, something seriously wrong with our justice system here in New York. Well, we know why they voted the way they did. The point is that Conway is running for a Democrat seat in the 12th district of New York, and he's about to get smoked. And it's going to be a pleasure watching him come in at like 4 or 5%. The New York Times gave him a glowing profile. He gets on TV everywhere, and no one, even Democrats, are electing that freak.